Hey, how you doing? Okay, so let me apologize because I'm 7 minutes late. Well, actually, I'm not late. I started having internet issues. I kept pressing live, and it kept telling me that it was going live and wouldn't do anything, and then it like kept resetting itself, and I just South Florida. My father lives in the Tampa area, but since you're in Florida, you might know Plant City. He stays around there. I go spend a lot of time over there. Well, at least once a year. All right, so since I'm late, I couldn't remember what day go live. Yeah, so Thursday and Saturday. So this week, since it's Thursday, next week it'll be Saturday. I try to get it for the people with a job, and then like some of the West Coast people, so I can try to help everybody. I know everybody can't be there when it's actually live. You're on my time. I'm always late. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. All right, so I wanted to have a versus. But see, this live thing is very different than recording. So, like recording, when things don't go my way, I can just record it the next day. But since it's live, I mean, it just don't happen. So next week, next Saturday, actually have what is it, Keto Candy Girl? I'll have those brownies to test out because they won't get here until tomorrow. But see, if it wasn't live tomorrow, I could just record when I get it and then release the video. And you guys never know what happened in the background whether I messed up or not. But I got good Dee'S keto mix here. Of course, like people are constantly coming to keto and they're new to it. This is one of the first ones that really took off. Like she made it mainstream. And so like I got this off of Amazon. It is on the expensive side, so it's definitely cheaper pound for pound to make your own brownie mix at home. Now, if you choose to just make a dessert like, maybe once every 2 months or something like that, like this would be cost effective. I mean, it'll be fine. But then again, I mean, do you always want brownies? But she does have like a large line. So when I actually take this live down, I'll hmm, lost my words. I'll I'll put it in the description box for you. There we go. All right. So the macros for this now, it's an 8x8 pan, and the only now you have to add to this. The only thing you add is now if you want cake like brownies, you add 3 eggs. If you want fudge like brownies, you add 2 eggs. And then it's for cake like it's a fourth a cup of melted butter. For fudge like it's a half a cup of melted butter. Now that's pretty simple. Or butter or coconut oil. That's pretty simple. The less butter, you'll end up with more of a cakey texture because there's less moisture there. And fudge, you'll have more moisture, so it'll be more fudge-like. But of course, as I've said previously in my recorded videos, you're not gonna get. They're never really gonna be fudgy in a sense. Fudge is fudge, but you're not gonna get like the traditional fudge that you're used to because that will require caramelization of the actual sugars and sugar alcohols or natural sugars like erythritol. Well, erythritol is a sugar alcohol. Excuse me. They don't caramelize like sugar does. And I just did a video on allulose. Allulose does caramelize. Allulose does, but it doesn't do it at the rate of sugar. So to be honest, like you'll get it after the fact, but you won't get it during like baking, and that's where it'll count the most. But I'll actually talk about that. So ingredients, you got the first ingredient is erythritol. Um, erythritol, soluble tapioca fiber, unsweetened cocoa, Jesus Christ, unsweetened cocoa powder processed with alkali, which I don't know why it just didn't say Dutch processed cocoa. That's what that is. Sunflower seed flour. Most of her ingredients, most of her mixes are nut free. Leaven, which is sodium acid, pyrophosphate, sodium bicarbonate, tobacco, tapioca starch, monocalcium phosphate, monohydrate. One of those is baking soda or baking powder. I think it's the sodium acid. No, sodium bicarbonate. I think that's baking soda. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. But salt and stevia extract. Oh, and the macros are, like I said, 12, 8 by 8 pan gets 12, so you cut it in sixes. That's a little small chunk. I like to do 9 personally. I mean, you get more of a brownie. 1.5 grams of fat, 85 milligrams, and that's dry. Okay, so this is dry. This is without the butter added, or the coconut oil, or the eggs. So 1.5 grams of fat, 1485, 1 gram carb, and 1 gram protein. And that's per brownie at 12, if you cut them in 12. But like I said, this is before the melted butter or coconut oil and the egg added to it. Let's see, can you see? And this is up close of it. Let's look. I couldn't remember what days. I enjoy your videos. I've done the key lime. Did you like it? A lot of I send some of my stuff to a doctor's office because those people there, like some of them like to do, I guess healthy eating. I don't really like to say healthy eating, nutritional eating. So they try to they try to eat well somewhat, and they do enjoy them. How long have I been on keto? I have been on keto for is it going on 3 or 4 years? Because I started sugar. Because come June it'll be 2 years with Sugarless Crystals on YouTube anyway. All right, now I went with the fudgier way. Now these are cold. Now she said to make them let them rest. I mean, but the sunflower seed flour, like it'll fall apart. That it gives you kind of a. You see that? Like I said, it's supposed to be the fudgier one, but like I said, you're not gonna get fudge. Now, a couple things about these, and I've had them before. I had them once before, but I like to have things fresh. By far, I've made brownies myself, and I've made several other people's brownies. Till this day, these are still the closest things to brownies that I've actually had. I have been working and working on my recipe. I just revised it actually, and it's better. Hey, have you tried their blindies? Yeah, I actually have a whole video making their blindies actually. Man, that thing is old. So it's old. So if you watch it, please don't judge me. I mean, woo, them older videos are something else. But the thing about this, it's erythritol. The first ingredient is erythritol, so most of it is erythritol, and you definitely get that mini flavor. And along with that mini flavor, it's very crunchy or grainy, as I should say. It's very grainy. Like when you're chewing on it, you can. It's just. But this is what I do want to say. So she uses sunflower seed flour. They say sunflower seed flour and almond meal or almond flour can go one by one, or you replace one by one. Technically, I don't think so. I've tried I've tried sunflower seed flour 1-to-1 before, just testing out recipes, and no, like it didn't turn out well at all. And then the other stuff, like the starches and the fibers and stuff, those are fillers. Those are what's going to keep it. Those are actually what help keep it together. Because the sunflower seed flour is going to be, it doesn't cling like that. And the little, hold up. If you look at this, oh shoot, let's stop here. If you look at this, can you see like the top layer and the bottom layer? All right. So what that is, that's a separation of your fats and the actual fibers and leaveners that you use in there. So what happened in the oven? Hold on a second. Have you thought about a recipe for a keto brick? No. I don't know anything about those. When I go to KetoCon, that guy Keto Savage will be there. So I'm guessing he's gonna have like a setup shop where I can actually try a keto break for the first time. I'm actually looking forward to trying a whole lot of things for the first time. But they'll have a setup, and I'll definitely get a keto brick there. I'll get a keto bar. Well, actually, I'm going to try everything that they have for free. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm going to do that. I do not like the fibers. I've tried oat fiber, and I'm not impressed. I've never tried oat fiber before, but yeah, I don't really like mixing with the fibers. To be honest, and even with my cookbook, like I try to use the same things every time I make something, because when in traditional baking and stuff, we have this we all use familiar ingredients. We use pretty much like you have your basic flour that you use, or you use shortening butter or whatever. But these things can be interchanged within the recipe. So I try to do that whenever I make a recipe. I try to make sure I use the same thing, so that way every time you see one of my recipes, you don't have to go out and buy something. I know other food bloggers that do that, which I mean I don't. Okay, so money wise, I guess it's understandable. Like if I get it, like for a blogger, if you put something on Amazon to say, oh well, to make this recipe, you have to go buy this. Well, yeah, that calculates to money come in, but I don't always like to do that. I don't strategically do that. Which I mean, it may bite me in the behind, I guess. But I don't like the idea of like getting over or just saying, like, okay, when it comes to beef gelatin powder, you can. That's why I tested out the regular gelatin, because I know the regular gelatin you can just go to the store and buy it. Beef gelatin, I've never seen that in the store. Now it's nice. Beef gelatin works a little better, but regular gelatin is just the same. And these days, like with the way our lives are set up, if I see something that I want to make, if I don't have what I need to make it right then, I may never make it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, for one, I don't feel like ordering something that I just can't go grab. And then the other one, it's just I may see another recipe and I may make something else instead. No shame in that. I would do the same. I'm so glad chocolate ganache is easily keto-able. Yeah, right. See, I like things like that, like the custards and stuff like that. That's why cheesecakes work so well, because there are. If I refer anybody to a dessert, I always try to refer them to the desserts where the only thing that changes is the sweetener. Because with that, you have room to maneuver because the texture is going to be the same. Keto Cosmic Brownie in the cards for a future video. Keto Cosmic, is that a person or is that a brand? I saw this Dr. Nick Sandano make cupcakes with the vanilla bean paste. I saw sugar as an additive, but what is your take on using it since it's minimal? Have you used it before? Vanilla bean paste? Actually, what I want to do, I was just telling somebody about this. I want to create a recipe, even if it's my own or whatever. But create a recipe when instead of using vanilla extract, actually use vanilla bean, or like I said, vanilla bean paste. That I'm guessing they still use the seeds out of the vanilla stalk. I feel like it's better. I'm not even gonna say I feel like it's better. Like I know it has to be better because anytime you're dealing with extract, actual the actual ingredient always tastes better. You know, if I use I don't know, let's say strawberry extract, I can tell it's not authentic. I can tell if it's washed down. Lemon extract, I can tell it's washed down. Those things. So I know for a fact, like the vanilla bean paste, it probably is a lot better tasting, and you get much more of a strong vanilla flavor with it. Have you ever had Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie? Is that the one with like the little color candies on top of it? I'm thinking that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. I have had that one actually. The brownie that I just released, I think I'm going to do a video on it. But now after having these, I think I'm going to re. I think I'm going to re go back in the test kitchen with it again, and I just want to test it out some more because it actually came out a bit more like fudge than anything else. Like it had a strong chocolate fudge texture to it. But then again, it just may be the texture that I'm going to end up having. I'm not sure. But see, these had the possibility of being having that fudge feel to it as well. But she didn't use any type of gelatin or gum, because gums and gelatin they are very different molecularly. Molecular, they are very different, but um, they kind of serve the same purpose in a way. In a way, the anticipation is building on what? Let's see. Now, okay, I did. Speaking of extracts, so I just recently, I'll release it next week. I did a keto apple muffin recipe. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me the one is out there right now. It's good, but let me remake it again and see if I can make it better. 'Cause something's telling me I can make it better. I have that feeling in my soul. Because brownies are the only thing I've ever struggled with since I've been baking. Like I've struggled with brownies so bad. But what was I looking for? Dang, what was I about to say? I had a keto apple muffin recipe that somebody requested, and that'll be next week. Give that actual apples, and of course you have apple extract. But apple extract, I'm gonna go ahead and forewarn you guys. Apple extract is very expensive. Now the things like that cost some, but like I said it's not eggplant bread. Like I've heard Southern Keto. Oh, excuse me, let me read out loud. I need a 5 keto biscuit that's not eggy. Hold on, Southern Keto cookbook has a good drop biscuit recipe. Cloud bread, like I don't know. I'm funny. I'm funny about the breads. I really am. I have one that I did, but it wasn't my recipe from Queen Keto. That one was probably by far the best one I've tasted in house. But I mean, it was very versatile. Like I could fry it and everything like that. But I didn't think too much of it. I mean, no, I'm saying I didn't think too much of it. It was probably the best I can do. Everything else was really, really mediocre. Like I didn't think any of them were all that good. Let's see. What about? Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce that. I have seen people use that for apples. Oh! You know what? I have seen that. That's like a fruit. That's like a root vegetable, isn't it? I think so. Okay, so the thing about these, so I tried two different. I tried two different ones. I tried jicama and I tried zucchini. The two problems with those things are when you try to, they'll work perfectly for the people that try to do like the cinnamon apples or the fried apples when they use like cinnamon and then they toasted it in butter and cooked it up and everything like that. All those things work great. I think, and like you said, yeah, I have no, I think I'm pretty sure it'll work just fine if you're using it for fried apples. But the thing is, these vegetables, like they're water based. So when you put them inside of a recipe, inside of like bread, they bleed water. They bleed water into the crumb. And if you don't mind that, that's fine. But I don't think it's efficient. Like when you click on it, and I mean, you click on it, you bite into it, and then you look, and you'll see like the bread's actually wet, or the cake's actually wet around the area where the zucchini or the jicama was. So I definitely had to pull those out. Now, as I said, if you're using that, I don't know how to pronounce that, but if you're using that jicama or zucchini in a fried apple recipe, I'm more than certain it's going to work out just fine. Like I have no doubts about that at all, because everything else around it, because the apples will fall to the flavor of the cinnamon and the butter that's around it. So that'd definitely be good. But the way I did mine, I did apple spice with the actual muffin itself, and then I created a crumb on top. And on the crumb, I used apple flavoring. And so what that did was, if I would have used the apple flavoring in the actual base of the cupcake, it would have tasted way too fake. Like when you bite, you don't really get that apple flavor unless you're biting into an apple when you're doing something like that. So the crumb is scattered around the muffin itself, and when you bite into it here and there, you'll get those flavor complexes. You'll get the spices, and then you may get a little hint of an apple essence. But the treat is I put walnuts in the bottom, so you'll get that apple essence, and then all of a sudden you bite down on the walnut. Like I'm telling you, it really plays with your mind. It really does. Whew. All right. That's all I got today, I guess. Oh, my voice is killing. So, is that everything? That's all you guys got? I'm gonna hit the grocery store and I gotta get some stuff so I can test these brownies out. And I got my first drafts back for my book too. Sasha enters the chat. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to bring Sasha. Man, talking like my throat. But yeah, what was I about to say? Dang. Oh yeah, I got my first draft back for the book. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'm guessing, because I have to send it off somewhere else after I get it drafted, after I get the formatting done. But after I get that done, the uh, I'll get the book sent off, and then I'll be able to actually show you guys a hard copy, and then I'll release it. Everything that I have set up for my website, I already have that stuff lined up. Like everything's just in place. I just don't have the book. But he gave me my first draft, and it had to go back. It looked beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I thought what he did with my words and my pictures, I thought they were creative. But he put pictures in there that had nothing to do with the book, and then he changed the cover. I had just designed my own cover. I wish I knew how to share my screen. I will actually show it to you guys since like I said, you're here with me. Oh yeah. Is your air fixed? Yes. Yes. My air went out Thursday afternoon. I woke up, it was scorching hot. And I was like, look, my air's out, can you guys come out here? Fine, I go to work tonight. That's cool. Friday morning, I called again. I was like, look, I know you guys are gonna be off this weekend. If you can, Make sure just don't forget me, okay? Please, because I mean it's gonna be hot this weekend. Of course, they never came. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had no air, and then all day Monday, I wake up. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I still had no air. I wake up at 3 o'clock, and I was freezing to death because I had 3 fans on me, and then they finally came in here and fixed the air within that hour. But I'm thankful they did fix it. Did I miss everything? Long day of emergencies. Yeah, I did the good Dee'S mix right here. I talked about that a little bit. Then I talked about some other brownies and stuff like that. But these, I definitely recommend these. Like I said, they're just $12.99. I did order Keto Candy Girl, so that'll be up next. So hopefully, hopefully those are good too. Like I said, the only thing I got to say about this is it's very grainy, and they're definitely packed with the erythritol. Like they're super cool for somebody that's new to keto. But for somebody that's new to keto, I think, like I said, as far as brownie wise, these are by far still some of the best I've ever had, keto wise. And like I said, I probably made, not to mention all the different test runs I've done with brownies, but I probably made 4 or 5 other different brownie recipes out there, and I've made the top ones that come up. And I've made some of the other ones that were kind of under the radar. But yeah, probably the top 4 brownie recipes to come up. I've made them already. I've checked them out. Sorry to miss you. I'll catch the replay. That's fine. Like, and of course, for all you other guys that are here, thank you so much. Like I said, it's 7:34 in the afternoon on a weekday. Like, you guys probably just got off work. Some of you may be getting ready to go to work. Like I said, the fact that you just bothered to click and come over here and watch me review brownies, like, I'm very appreciative. So thank you for that. So the fact that you missed it, even though you came late, like, you came. And even if you didn't come, like, if you watched it later on, that's great too. I'm happy about all of it. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and end it, I don't know what you guys cooking for dinner, but I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next week. And I'll be dropping a video for my keto apple muffins soon. I just released the recipe today. That was the recipe I released today. It was an almond flour pancake. Yeah, it was a spiced almond flour pancake with like a vanilla custard. Because I wanted to get out of the syrups. So I did the custard and the custard and the spice pancake. Like it works very, very well. A keto jambalaya. So I'm guessing with cauliflower rice. I've been looking to do some different things with that too. Definitely. It is 4:34 in California. Job ended today, so this was a good break to have. Oh yeah. But all right, guys. I will see you guys next time, and have a great afternoon.